Welcome, everyone, to Pinfalls and Passports. For those who don't already know, this is a podcast for people just like you. For those who love the sport of professional wrestling, and for members of our WWE Travel Community Discord server to keep us entertained and engaged during the year leading up to WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas. Each episode will be featured a variety of server lore, hilarious and jaw-dropping stories, news, information, WrestleMania, and Las Vegas travel tips, and a cast of crazy but amazing characters that makes the WWE Travel Community and its almost 1,800 members so great. If you're not a member of the WWE Travel Community, come join one of the fastest growing professional wrestling communities online. You can find the Discord invite link here in the podcast bio. And don't forget to follow the WrestleMania Travel Discord page on Instagram at WrestleMania Travel Discord. Again, that's at Mania Travel Discord. And please don't forget to follow and subscribe to this podcast to keep up to date with all things involving the WWE Travel Community Discord server. My name is Mira, and this is Pinfalls and Passports, and I'm here with my co-host.
Hello, it's the Dork. Dork Chop is in the house.
Hey, Daddy Dom here.
And it's me, Mrs. Sally, lately, but normally Ali Ellie.
And we have a good amount of wrestling upcoming this weekend, so let's get on into it. Now, we had Monday Night Raw. I did not watch this past Monday Night Raw. What were some key things to point out leading up to WrestlePalooza this weekend, guys?
Well, you didn't miss a lot, Mira.
Oh,
I'll be honest. It wasn't a bad episode. It was kind of one of those in the middle. There was some good stuff, but we had a quite predictable, the standard ending to every kind of Raw show at the minute. The same sort of main event with Jimmy Uso and Jay against the Bronze, and then a bit of LA Knight involvement. But all in all, it was a pretty mid Raw. We did have a couple of highlights. We had the Bayley comeback, which was cool and interesting. We had some El Grande action as well. What am I missing, Dork Shot? What else do we have on Raw?
We had a pretty solid match between Kofi and Penta. Kofi got booed in Massachusetts, which I find to be criminal because he's from Massachusetts.
wow.
But, seeing Penta hit that springboard Mexican destroyer was was beautiful. And then we had a Seth, Becky, Punk, and AJ segment in which AJ took her first bump in 10 years. And a loud STFU chant.
And we also had the Sami Zayn Open Challenge, of course. This week answered by Dragon Lee.
Yeah. The only thing I know from Raw is that there's now a new meme where it's Punk and AJ and it's Seth and Becky arguing in the ring, and it's like, you're in a double date. I don't know about Raw. It's legit. That's all I know about this past episode.
I love that meme now.
It's a great meme.
I mean, they did their thing. I feel like that match is going to be really good. I'm hoping that it is. But following Raw, we had a good throwback for NXT Homecoming. Again, I did not watch that. I seen a lot of the stuff on social media, and I was like, oh, you had, Finn coming out to his old music. We can just throw that all the way. I know Bianca was on there. Charlotte and Alexa had a tag match. So let me know your thoughts if you did watch it.
Yeah, absolutely. Great to see NXT Homecoming back at Full Sail University, where, of course, they have recorded, I think they said well over 400 NXT episodes, but we all know that Full Sail is famous for Black and Gold NXT brand. So it was great to see, and lots of homage to the past. Forget all the storylines, forget sort of anything that's going on main roster. Or, we had Finn coming out as a face, we had Charlotte and Alexa coming out. Charlotte struggling to name the 4 horsewomen. She didn't manage to name one of them correctly, which I thought was quite interesting, including herself. And we had Trick and Oba heating up their feud, which they've said is heading for a title versus title match next week on NXT, with the winner, who presumably will be the double champion, except I have a very strong sneaky suspicion that that's going to end in some kind of no contest. But with the idea that Ricky Saints will be facing at NXT's next pay-per-view the winner of Trick and Oba for both titles, which obviously I don't see happening, but I do see Obafemi defending that NXT championship against Ricky Saints at what is the next NXT pay-per-view, Dolchop? I can't remember.
I want to say it's No Mercy.
Mercy. I
No
think it's
Mercy.
the 26th or the 27th of this month. I'm not
27th.
Yep. So that'll be a good match to see Ricky Saints in the title scene. I don't think he's gonna beat Oba. If he does, we're definitely bringing Oba up to the main roster. If that is the case, but I
Yeah.
don't see Ricky beating Oba or Trick, honestly.
Well, and I don't see it being a clean finish anyway because of all the TNA wrestlers that were PO'd on social media over the fact that WWE wrestlers are wrestling for their title.
Yeah, absolutely. So we kicked off Homecoming with Triple H coming to the ring. We had then followed up by HBK, and then Triple H threatening HBK, and a strange turn of events, saying that he might come back to run NXT again. What if he wanted the reins back? HBK got in his face and said, "We're going to have a big problem if you're going to do that," only to be interrupted by Sir William Regal himself, who, if I'm not mistaken, that's the first time that we've seen Regal on television outside of I know we've had the odd little backstage sort of segment. Is that the first time he's come out since his return from AEW, actually sort of into the arena?
Yeah, I think it was the first time he's appeared on stage, whereas, he had a backstage segment with Ava and when she was named NXT General Manager.
That's right. Yeah, but he came out and, of course, yelled, "The only way we can decide this, gentlemen, is War Games," which all seemed a little bit ridiculous to me because obviously Triple H and HBK are not going to have a wrestling match. I very much hope. I don't think there's any amount of zeros that you could put on the end of that check in Saudi Arabia to get either HBK or Triple H in a wrestling ring again, and let's hope that be the case, and certainly not in a War Games match. So I'm not really sure what that was all about, but I think it was all the build up really just to bring Regal out just so he could say War Games. So yeah, that was fun. Take it for what it was. Bit strange, but yeah, overall fun. NXT should be a good No Mercy pay-per-view they got coming up. Some interesting stuff going on there. A little bit concerned about maybe the TNA seems to be getting a little bit sort of buried a little bit by NXT.
No, I mean, that was my concern when they did the merger ultimately anyway, with the TNA talent, because obviously WWE is going to do what they do. They're trying to elevate their talent, which, yes, in that case, you like having Trick be your world champion, it does elevate it. But we need to make sure that our TNA talent is also being seen. And I don't know if they're doing a good mix of that. Maybe with this match with Trick and Oba is going to bring that together and be like a TNA invasion on NXT. Maybe, but I really am curious to see how this goes for them. But it's just going to be interesting to see, though.
Yeah, it's a shame. I thought they were kind of building something. I thought we were hoping I was hoping we were going to get Mike Santana take that TNA title.
That's what I thought.
And have a nice sort of run with it and put a bit of prestige on that and put a bit of prestige on TNA and really build it. And they seem to have kind of moved in the complete opposite direction of that. And because of that, Joe Hendry himself has kind of got lost sort of down the shuffle as well. And it's just playing a very much sort of comedic role now, isn't he? Just to pop up here and there and getting the pat on the backs backstage, say, "You'll get there one day, buddy," and all this type of thing. And it's all a bit kind of demeaning, I think, really, for some of the TNA talent, the ones that are lucky enough to get shown in the first place. So I hope they sort of turn around with that, but I don't have much hope for that, to be honest. And I think we're already starting to see as well with AAA. I know that we all wanted that belt to go on Dom, but that is another title.
Continental champion.
Yeah, that is another title from a WWE-owned property that they have put it on one of their main roster talents. So interesting to see what road they continue to go down, if they continue to follow that route with some of the the other AAA belts as well. Let's hope not. Let's hope they keep a bit of prestige to that brand as much as possible. At least the Dom angle has a bit of meaning behind it, and it will probably set up a return of Mr. Del Patron to come back and take it off him, as ridiculous as that sounds, but we'll see. But yeah, that was NXT. It was pretty cool. It was pretty fun. It should be a good episode next week as well, with Trick versus Oba, and interesting to see where they head next with that. You know, I can see Ricky Saints taking that title off Oba eventually. He's the guy that's going to dethrone Oba before Oba gets that step up. I don't think anybody else is beating him. I think he's going to be the guy. I don't think it'll happen at the next pay-per-view, but he'll be the guy to take it eventually, I would say.
Yeah. And then I guess that will lead us into, we have a release that happened recently of Andrade. Good luck in your future endeavors. Allie, would you like to take this one?
Mr. Charlotte Flair is gone. Or ex-Mr. Charlotte Flair. Okay, this was a bit of a shock to me, personally, because he's really, really good in the ring, and especially with the signing of AAA or the acquisition of AAA, I thought they'd utilize him more over there. So this shocked me a bit. Having said that, he wasn't getting over with the fans. He wasn't really being booked well. His tag team situation was kind of floundering. So if he left on his own accord, I wouldn't blame him. However, we're hearing rumors that, one, he was fired for tardiness, or he was fired for wellness policy violations. So nothing really has been confirmed. So we don't know if he left, but I think a lot of reports are saying he was let go for one of two reasons.
Yep.
Not looking good for Andrade. Do you think he'll end up back in AEW?
Him and MJF have been having like online beef. I don't know what it is, but right now I don't think he should return. He needs to work some things out first.
Yeah, and he's a CMLL loyalist too, so I wouldn't have seen him being in too much in AAA. But since AEW does work pretty extensively with CMLL, I could probably see him showing up there in the near future.
Yeah, I don't think it seems to matter where he ends up, does it? He doesn't seem to be able to build much momentum wherever he sort of goes. I'm not sure what options are left for Andrade. Perhaps a little break off wrestling altogether will do him good for a while.
He's also one of those wrestlers where I look at him and I don't really see what he can do outside of wrestling. He doesn't give me diverse streams of income vibes.
True.
That's very true. That is very true. It's like wrestling or nothing. So he'll get booked because he can wrestle, but he's not going to be the type of talent that'll get elevated because he's not a fan favorite, or he can't get through to any fans at all. It seems like.
No, like he wouldn't even be able to sell me a box of cereal. That's kind of what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Bit more WWE news was.
We got Nick Khan confirming a Italy PLE in early 2026.
Woohoo!
Go to Italy. I'll go to Italy for that.
Yeah?
I would.
Ali, you liking the idea of a little Italy visit?
I mean, yeah, but they have to bring back Giovanni Vinci for me. I feel like he just needs just one appearance, you know?
Yeah.
I need to see him walk in. I have been waiting my whole life for WWE to go to Italy so that I have a reason to go to Italy. I think I'd thrive there. So I'm really excited about this.
Excellent. Well, the problem is it's probably going to be in Rome, and Rome's a shithole. So
When in Rome.
It's not going to be in Venice or Florence or anywhere like that, is it? Anywhere nice? No, I'm only kidding. Rome's all right.
PLE, do we see it being like, is it Elimination Chamber? Is it something post-Mania? What are we thinking?
Backlash.
Definitely a B class PLE. Okay. Definitely a B.
Yeah, they said early, didn't they? So, So they said early 2026. So it could be a WrestleMania Backlash. Sorry, they don't call it that anymore. They just call it Backlash, don't they? So it could be Backlash because we know we had that in France a couple of years ago. Mm-hmm. We could have a WrestlePalooza, maybe.
Clash at the Coliseum.
Clash at the Coliseum. There you go. We're headed to Rome. We could have Rome to WrestleMania.
Yes.
Rome to WrestleMania.
Rome to WrestleMania.
You know, the play on the words we have here, folks, you know, it's endless. Oh, no. But...
Viva la WWE.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a Clash, but maybe a Backlash. Who knows?
Yeah.
You know what?
I'd love it to be Chamber.
Yeah, if it's a Ryanair £40 each way flight job, I'll be going, I'm sure.
It's a Jet 2 holiday.
It's a jet 2 holiday. No, I'm very excited to see what they do bring to Italy. I do like the international PLEs. I love international shows, so that'll be great to see. And on to our gamers. PS Plus, they have WWE 2K25 now free on there. So that is good for our
Yes.
gamers. Pre-ordered mine, so I unfortunately paid. But for those who haven't gotten it, go download it, play it, use the community creation feature, download stars that aren't on the live roster, arenas and everything else is so much fun. That's probably like my favorite part,
Nice.
to bring
Yeah.
those dream matches to life.
I will admit, I did download that today. I did have a year off buying it because I bought TK24 last year. I paid £100 for it on the pre-order to get the full WrestleMania sort of package, and I think I played it for about 30 minutes. So I think that wasn't really worth it. I had a year off, so now it's free. But on top of that, I've been quite sick in the last few days. I've got COVID, which kind of sucks. So I'm not feeling my best. To make myself feel a little bit better, I may have accidentally purchased a PS5 Pro, which may have accidentally arrived this afternoon. And the first thing I downloaded on it was WWE 2K25, which I believe is PS5 Pro enhanced as well. So yeah, I'll be getting on that. Mirror will have to get on there. Dork Shot as well. You just got it downloaded today, right?
Yes, I did. I had a row with CM Punk and Cody Rhodes in his normal match, and I lost twice.
Ali, you much of a gamer?
Actually, I was playing GTA 5 online last night, so now that I know that this is free to download, I will be going to do that after we record.
Wow.
Hey.
I feel a
PS
fatal
Plus
four-way coming on. What do we think, guys?
Hell yeah. No, I love PlayStation. It's been my backbone since I was like 13, so I'm excited.
PlayStation's been my jam since I was 17, and that was when they came out. The first one.
I was going to say, they had PlayStations then?
I know, right? Yeah. Get your jokes in.
You know what?
Danny, I got Danny last episode. Y'all got to get me now, right?
I'm joking, yeah. Do you know what my first my first gaming console was?
What's that?
A Spectrum.
Oh, please.
The best game on that was Dizzy the Egg. He was Mario before Mario existed.
See, I don't even know what that is.
Same.
He had a keyboard and he put cassette tape into it.
My first console was the original PlayStation.
That was my first console as well. Yep.
Y'all
Yeah.
don't want to know my first console.
Sega Genesis.
Oh, God, no. It was before that. It was an Atari 2600.
Those were solid consoles.
Yeah.
They were. It's just, they were old.
Well, sounds like we got to get we got to get our gamer tag shared and have a little game along.
hell
on
yeah.
Maybe we would stream it live on our YouTube channel. Why not?
A little up, down, down.
Yeah.
We
You know what,
gotta add Cozy to it.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Oh,
yes,
he's
we
into
do.
that, isn't he? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. He might give me some tips. I might recruit him as my manager.
Have to.
Yeah.
Oh. On to WWE wrestling this weekend. We have WrestlePalooza. And our card this weekend is John Cena versus Brock Lesnar, AJ Lee and CM Punk versus Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins, the Bronze versus the Usos, Stephanie Valkyrie versus Io Sky for the vacant Women's World Championship, and Drew McIntyre versus Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship. However, there has been an image that has been leaked that there will be a triple threat SmackDown Women's Championship match with Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, and Jade Cargill. So, what do we think, and what are our predictions for WrestlePalooza?
Oh,
We're gonna start off with John and Bork. We're gonna start off with John and Bork.
If Mr. Suplex City wins this match, the world is really off its rocker.
At least the
think it's
world's
already
been off
there.
with the rocker.
Do we really think Brock Lesnar is coming back to lose?
That's a fact.
With everything going on for him, I feel like he should lose, in my honest opinion. But, people just like to appease him. But I feel like he should lose.
I feel like he should lose as well.
I do too. I mean,
I think we can agree there, Ali.
For
In my
anyone wanting to
core-
win any pools, just listen to what I say today.
In my
Actually,
yeah.
core, Cena should win. In my core. However, how TKO likes to write things, I really don't know. But I'm gonna go Cena.
yeah.
Good luck.
I hate to go with Brock here, but because of the fact that they probably the check they wrote to get him to come back probably included a couple of sweetheart clauses like I get to beat John Cena. And I hate that. But it's probably going to happen.
Lee?
As a former Brock fan, I just want everybody to know that before the transition to TKO, an extended contract was signed with Brock. So he was actually never released. And the contract that he had before Vince signed it over is actually still in play. So unless they gave him a bonus to come back for this, he technically just came back to work.
Okay.
That is true. That is very true.
Right. In that case, I'm going with John Cena.
There you go.
Yeah, I think with this being one of he has 4 more dates after this. I think Cena should win. I don't know if it will happen. It could be that we do this again. I don't think we need to do this again. I think we should do this one and done and that's it.
Please no.
But
I swear,
Stop.
if we got Cena doing all these tributes in his matches to people because he couldn't face them, yet he faces Brock Lesnar more than once.
right.
Fuck you.
No.
Oh, moving on. Cena for the winner. That's like a unanimous thing here. AJ Lee, CM Punk versus Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins. What are our thoughts here, people?
They didn't bring AJ Lee back to lose. They did.
You know what would have been fun if they put the titles on this. So
love that.
if they put both the titles, so the winning couple gets both the titles, that would have been cool. That would have been stakes. That would have been exciting. This to me is going to be interesting. I think I'd be interested to see if AJ Lee can actually wrestle, because all we've seen so far is her sort of rough ground and pounding type,
And
sort
then
of
she-
jumping, punching, all that sort of stuff. Let's see if she can actually wrestle, or if Becky Lynch can carry through a match. That'll be interesting, because I don't think this is a one and done for AJ Lee, is it? It sounds to me like she's had a contract here. So it'd be interesting to see what she's in great physical shape, obviously. You know, she looks incredible. But whether she can still do it, that's what I'm really, really interested to see in this match. But yeah, AJ Lee and CM Punk all the way. AJ Lee and CM Punk are losing this match, no way. Especially with no titles on the line.
I agree. AJ Lee and Punk. If they don't win, I think that stadium might riot. It's not Chicago, but they'll definitely riot.
See, this is the thing. I think that AJ is going to take the Intercontinental Championship off Becky. And Becky and Seth are on such a kind of evil high that I don't know if it makes sense to kill their momentum by having them lose this. So again, I'm going to go with Becky and Seth. I'm probably wrong, but I'm going to go with Becky and Seth.
It's good news for the pool, guys.
That jackpot.
Is that official, Ali? Is
That's
that your official prediction?
Yeah.
Cool. Excellent. For those of you who don't know, we have a pool going, and Ali finishes bottom every single time somehow. Like it would be impossible if to pick as many wrong answers as if you did it by chance than Ali does, but she manages to pick the wrong way in nearly every single match. It's almost as hard. Well, it's actually harder, I think, than getting them all right. Is actually getting them all wrong. And Ali manages to do that on every single pool. So the winning formula, if you want to win our pool and you do enter our pool on the Discord, is get Ali to show you her preds, go the exact opposite of what she says, and you will be a guaranteed winner. I worked this out at the last one, and if you had done that, you would have won the pool.
Wow. I mean, I'm not much better either, so.
No, but I'm always like top 3 bottom.
It's a race to the bottom.
Always top 3 bottom. I'm never higher than that. So we'll see.
Oh gosh.
Are you actually entering, Ali? Are you coming out of retirement?
I can't confirm nor deny. We'll see.
Yeah. Dork, did you give your prediction for this match, or did I miss it?
I'm going with AJ Lee and CM
Okay.
Punk here, and I'm hoping Friday they do add the stipulation that Dom mentioned.
That would be nice if they did add that. I don't see them doing it. I don't think they're going to want to do that. That would be nice. I think it'll be Crown Jewel. They'll get those title matches individually, but we shall see. So we have the Bronze and the Usos. How are we
It's a
feeling
Raw
about
match.
this? It's literally a repeated Raw match about 20 times. I feel like this would have held more weight if there was tag team titles under it. I'm going to go with the Bronze winning. But yeah, those are my thoughts on that. I'm kind of tired of this whole storyline.
I mean,
I'm just going to be blunt. I'm tired of it. So let them win. Let them move on to something else.
yeah, I'm kind of sick of it too. I mean, you figure we've had so many teases of Jay and LA Knight going heel. We've had so many teases of, like, who's Jimmy gonna side with. The Vision starts and ends Monday Night Raw on an almost weekly basis. Set your watch to it, and it's like, at some point, I mean, you get sick of Steiner math and tsunamis.
You know, my only complaint is we haven't seen enough tsunamis. I think we're going to see a lot of tsunamis. I think we're going to see a bit of divide between the Usos. I think we get the Bronze winning here. I feel that there's tension. This Uso reunion is not to be long-lived. I feel that this is building up. They want to redo that WrestleMania match. They want to get it out of everybody's mind of one of the worst WrestleMania matches in recent memory, and they want to redo it properly for the fans. So I think this is leading to another Uso split, and this will be the seed that's planted for putting that division in between them, as if there wasn't already seeds for that division. But yeah, last Bronze for me, and Usos having a bit of a fallout at the end after a few tsunamis, obviously.
I still have never seen the Usos WrestleMania match, so I can't speak to it. Having said that, the Bronze have to win this. If they've taken down Roman, they got to take down his cousins. There's no reason for them not to win.
Agree with that as well. And this is the match I am actually most excited for. Stephanie Valkyrie versus Io Sky for the vacant women's championship. I've been waiting for this match, and I've been waiting for this match. They both have backgrounds of, Japanese wrestling, so I feel like it's going to be super technical. I want to be problematic and say Io win, but I really want Stephanie to win. I think Stephanie Valkyrie will pick up her first major women's title on the main roster this weekend. What about y'all? What y'all think?
I think Stephanie Velcro, however you say it.
No, girl. Oh, I miss Naomi, please. No.
I know, right? It's going to be a classic. I mean, Io Sky doesn't know how to put on a bad match, and I think Stephanie Valkyrie also is getting to that point where she is like a guaranteed best bout machine. So the two of them together are going to make magic in the ring, and it's going to go hard, and I'm here for it, and I'm taking Stephanie to win.
Yeah, I think this is going to be an awesome match. This is match of the night, got written all over it. I think what we are going to see is an incredible matchup between these two with some kind of twist at the end. And the way that twist goes is going to define the outcome of this match. I think we have been seeing an Io Sky with way too many smiles on her face recently. And I feel that Io Sky is going to come away with this title. I think we're going to see a turn from Io, and I think we're going to see some influence from the Kabuki Warriors in this match. That's my prediction. I'm going with Io. I'm going with Io to turn heel, and Valkyrie to chase after that. That's my prediction.
I like that. Not gonna
my
lie.
prediction.
I like that,
It
though.
could work.
Yeah.
I think for me, this should be the main event, and I'm upset that it won't be. But I'm going to go with Stephanie.
Yeah, no, I do like that. I like the twist of the heel turn, but I really don't know. This is going to be a in the air.
Before we get to that, though, we're going to have a good 20-25 minute absolute
yeah.
stand-up between these two, right? Before we even get a hint of any of that going on, in my opinion. I hope so, at least.
Absolutely. I don't even want interference in this match, to be honest. I just want it to be straight technical wrestling, which I know these two women can do. They don't need the theatrics to make this great, but there have to be theatrics because Io's so powerful, I feel, that if she's going to lose, there's no way Stephanie can beat her clean. Unless they want to make Stephanie the level of an Io and a Rhea, which I think, not saying that's too soon to, it's like how many powerhouses can you have in one sitting?
Yeah.
It is very true as well. Yeah. Speaking of, we could move on to the, I don't know if it was officially announced, but it's on a t-shirt for WrestlePalooza. And it's the Tiffany Stratton, Nia Jax, Jade Cargill, triple threat. I really don't know who to bank on in this match. They could give it to Nia just to freshen it up. They could honestly crown Jade finally, or keep it on Tiffany. I really don't know. SmackDown needs something like a shakeup, new contenders or something. It needs help.
The only reason I think Tiffany might lose this is because the fall that she had in the back of her head was so nasty. There's no way Homegirl's not concussed. And I think the reason why they pulled her off NXT is because of that. If she's in this match, you're not going to see her doing a lot of wrestling. She's going to roll out of the ring. She'll be kind of on the apron, whatever, not or outside on the ground, whatever they call it. Mm-hmm. And I just think that if Nia and Jade are to win, they're going to pin each other. They're not actually going to pin Tiffy, so she never technically lost it by pinfall.
Yeah, I'm of a similar mind on that one, Allie, because I think the only reason that Nia was added to this mix was to eat the pin here for Jade, to keep Tiffany strong. And that was my feeling before she took that nasty bump on Friday, which I'm like, how have they not, made her give up the title yet? That was terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Couldn't agree more. If it's a triple threat, if that's what's going to happen, it seems there's no better way to get that title off Tiffy without sort of harming her. And if they don't put it on Jade here, well, I mean, what does that say for Jade and her future? Not much. So it'll be interesting to see who they do go with, whether it's Nia or Jade. I think that'll be telling for either of those superstars how their career sort of develops beyond this match. But for Jade, certainly, if she doesn't pick up this title here and Tiffany loses that title, then it is not exactly a beacon of hope going in her direction. But so, yeah, I'd agree. It probably is the best way to put it on Jade, although I'm not particularly chuffed about that, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Again, I don't really know. I'm not really thrilled by the matchup, but I'm like, whatever happens, happens. I wanted Jade to win back at SummerSlam. But like that's when she had the most momentum. But we'll see what happens. If it does go on her, I would like to see how they build her up in that case. And then we have, I believe this should be our main event, Drew McIntyre versus Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship. I think Drew Daddy might take it, depending on how this match ends.
You think?
Wow.
Depending on how this match ends, unless somebody's going to come out that has 3 initials in their name and messes something up.
Yeah.
that could be the twist.
I think that they're setting up a Cody versus Randy for Crown Jewel and using Drew to get there. So I have Cody winning this match, Cody Raheem Rhodes.
Cody Raheem.
Yeah, I think he's going to take it, and then he's going to go on to a feud with Randy Orton. And I think we're finally going to get that punt that we've been dying for, and it's going to be on Cody.
I see Drew taking the pin again here. I don't see anything outside of that, unfortunately, for Drew. I love what he does, but he's able to take these losses and come back and doesn't seem to affect his star power. He's just great, isn't he? But they're probably over using that a little bit, but yeah, I don't see any other winner apart from Cody. Although at Crown Jewel, aren't they doing the champion versus champion thing again? So
I think they might be.
Yeah,
I think they are.
Oh, right.
Well, no.
So I think we're going to get whoever is the winner of this match versus Seth frickin' Rollins. Should those belts remain where they are?
Oh, if that's the case, then Cody's keeping that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think that it's Drew. Because, no offense, I mean, Drew versus Rollins is kind of cute. But Crown Jewel, they win that crown, right?
Yeah, it's the big belt. It's the big belt.
It's a big, ugly belt?
Yeah, it's that big ugly belt.
Oh, but you see, so then Seth's gonna win that one. We're not time for predictions yet. But if that's the case, then I think it's Cody versus Seth. I don't really see it being Drew versus Seth. There's no need for that.
And that's where okay, it's all making sense in my little head right now, because Seth is now 0-3 against Cody.
That's true.
Yep.
Yeah.
He got to win somewhere.
Yeah, so I don't know what they're going to do with those big belts. I don't think they're going to have those big, giant belts that they've got on display in the WWE Museum in Saudi Arabia. They're not bringing those over. They're going to have some Australian version of those belts. In fact,
that'll be nice.
I wonder if Saudi lets them bring it just for like lols. They're like, okay, you can take it.
You can borrow it like for a few minutes.
Yeah. I wonder, because since you're giving us WrestleMania, you can borrow this.
Yeah, but then they're going to take him straight back, just like when they gave them the titles and then just took him straight back off them and put them in a display cabinet in Saudi
I feel like it could work.
They could just ship them over for the day, for the show, show them, like they're too heavy to hold anyway, so then they just give them back and then they lock them back up.
I could see it.
All ready for WrestleMania 43. Yeah, that's fine. You get like what was it Sammy said on the Australian episode? They just give them like a big tub of like personalized Vegemite. That's what you get for the winner.
Oh gosh. With that being said, how do we feel about WrestlePalooza? I'm actually more excited now than before, honestly. How are we feeling?
I'm excited. I'm more excited for what we're going to talk about next. The afternoon show.
Yeah, I like the afternoon
pre-shows.
I think my excitement went from like a 2 to like a 5 here. So I'm like, all right, thank y'all for boosting my excitement about this show here. Yeah. But next, we talk about the brand. We talk about the AEW. Okay. We're talking about AEW Dynamite September to Remember and All Out.
I'll be at All Out, everyone.
I'm so excited for you.
Of course. It's in Toronto.
Yeah.
My second home. I should be there,
You should.
Oh my gosh.
No. You know what? I just want to preface this by saying I will be leaving before the main event because I can't be watching coffin matches in person. No offense.
I thought the main event was going to be...
I think the main event is Hangman. It should be. But I think Hangman and Fletcher might be the main event. They might be, but I don't think it's confirmed yet.
I'll take an extended shopping trip during the coffin match.
All right, so Dynamite. We had Tony Schiavone open up with Hangman and Kyle Fletcher and their contract signing, which was really good. I like the promo that they had back and forth together. Kyle, I said it before, I'll say it again. Kyle is a star. I feel like he is going to elevate that TNT championship. I think him and Hangman are going to do greatness in that ring. I definitely believe Hangman will definitely retain, but we did get a simulation. A few, actually. Don Callis' family is not allowed to be ringside. They are not allowed to interfere. And if they do interfere, Kyle Fletcher will be stripped of the TNT championship.
Right. So let me get this straight. If the Don Callis family interfere in the World Heavyweight Championship match, which means Kyle Fletcher wins it, they'll strip him of his lesser belt. Is that correct?
I believe so, yes.
That sounds like a pretty good reason for the Don Callis family to get involved, if you ask me. That sounds like a stipulation in Kyle Fletcher's favor.
It does. Yeah. I don't know if they just mean like disqualify him, but how it was explained, it was if anyone interferes, he'll be stripped of the title. So I'm like, so is it DQ or if he was to win? Because I thought the same thing initially. I'm like, but okay, you want to be a world champion? What does it matter?
See, my
But I
head
don't know.
immediately went to what if it's somebody who's not in the Don Callis family that interferes on his behalf, on Kyle Fletcher's behalf.
Talk shop. Who isn't in the Don Callis family?
It's the whole roster at this point. The whole roster. Oh my
Fair
goodness.
enough.
Oh no. And then it was a whole bunch of fuck Don Callis chants, and that is just gold. I love it. I feel like the Don Callis family has like helped elevate a lot of the roster as well. So there is some good with him. Then after their promo, they had Roddy Strong and Moxley, which was honestly a very good match. And this was the first time we actually seen his wife and him actually have a face off. And it was kind of like awkward. It was kind of like sexual tension. You're like, ooh, okay, all right, cool. But no, that was actually really good to see. Obviously, Mox picks up the win. And then following wasn't it Mark Briscoe MJF promo, right? After that match? Yeah. It like shoots to like a backstage scene of MJF going into Tony Khan's office, like, why would you do that? Like, just like screaming. And it's like, sir, you messed this up. Like, you reneged on the contract that you said you was going to do last month. You reneged on it. What do you mean? Like, we have to have consequences for you, MJF. You just can't do whatever you want anytime. But honestly, I think it'll be a good match. It's a gimmick match. In my opinion, it favors Mark, but it's probably going to favor MJF more than likely.
What is it?
So we
Tables and thumbtacks? Is that right?
Yeah, it's a TNT.
Oh, a TNT, of
T.
course.
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
cool.
yes.
How clever. Yeah.
And then what else do we have on Dynamite? Lashley and one of Ricochet's people from the Gates of Agony. I can't think of this man's name to save my life.
Tova Leona.
Yeah, I'll be one to call him one of the Tongas. That's the problem. But Lashley wins in the Hurt Lock, and then there was another face off, which was Adam Copeland, Christian Cage, and FTR face to face. And when they were in Philly, they never even got a chance to talk. So I was very surprised that they actually talked last night. But they had their promo, it hyped up the crowd for the match. And then they had their brawl at the end, like how it typically ends with them.
Yep.
But I am very excited for this match.
I love that.
And the men's tag team titles is in a 4-way ladder match. So we had one of the first qualifiers for that, which was the Bang Bang Gang versus the Young Bucks. And the Young Bucks take the win, so they qualify for it. And then you had the Beast Mortos versus Dorada, if I'm not mistaken.
Dorada. Yep.
Yeah. And Dorada wins with a shooting star press and advances into the 3-way with Okada. Every time I can't think of this man's name. Takeshita. And I think this is just setting up failure for the Knockouts family because you got 2 of your members in this match. And I'm just like, why so soon? Like, we could have had this extend out a little bit more. I think Okada does retain. But I really don't know here. And then after that, you had the Tony Storm promo, which was a banger because Tony exudes bangers all the time. And it was the Queen Aminata and Tekla match, which was the no holds bars, but felt like Tekla was going to win anyway since she's in that fatal 4-way match. So that's not a surprise. Queen Aminata, talent, love her. Killswitch and Kip Sapien versus Jet Speed. I love Jet Speed. After interacting with them and talking with them last week, they are the sweetest guys ever. Super talented. Jet Speed does win to advance to that ladder match. So you know it's just going to be a spot fest. And then Big Bill has a promo because it's Big Bill versus Eddie Kingston. I wish it was a surprise. Wish we waited, but we have that match. And we'll get into it later. I feel iffy about the match, and I'm like, having it be announced, I'm like, we could have just had it be surprise. And then we had Rio versus Robin Renegade. Rio wins. Mercedes looks great in red. Okay, she looks wonderful in red. I think her gear is going to eat down for All Out. Sorry, you're going to lose, Rio. It's just how it has to be right now. Okay, the CEO is in charge. And then our main event was Hector Cero, Josh Alexander versus Top Flight versus them last night. And Hector Cero and Josh Alexander win to advance in that ladder match for the tag team titles. Honestly, I can see Don Callis' family holding all the belts at the end of the weekend, but we'll see about that. But that was a great match. I don't know how the ladder match is gonna go, but the end of I guess the end of Dynamite Collision, because it was in like a 2-part last night since it was 3 hours.
Yeah.
Kyle Fletcher is he is standing over Hangman, holding both belts up. It was a great shot. I feel like, again, that match is going to be a banger. It was not winning on Saturday, but it was really good how they're bringing the story together. But on to the All Out preview predictions. 0 hour, there are 3 matches. There's the 8 women tornado tailgate brawl. It is Shibata versus Daniel Garcia, and then there's a trios match with Powerhouse Hobbs, Samoa Joe, and then I think it's the Death Riders, if I'm not mistaken. That's on 0 hour. But for the main card, we have the Hurt Syndicate versus Ricochet and the Gates of Agony in a trios match. Who do we think is going to win that match?
Give me the Hurt Syndicate.
We hurt people.
We hurt people. So hold on a minute. We got Ricochet and the Gates of Agony against Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, and MVP.
Yes, yep. MVP is going to be in the ring.
Wow.
Yeah. I just vote for the team that doesn't have Ricochet.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I think everybody does. Yeah, MVP coming back for a match. That's insane. Okay. You know, I haven't watched Dynamite this week. I'm a little bit behind, so I'm gonna watch after this. But yeah, I'm going for the Hurt Syndicate here.
Then we have Mercedes Moné in Rio for the AEW TBS Championship. Who's gonna win? I really don't know.
Has Mercedes passed Jade's reign yet?
No, that'll be in October.
Oh, so she's winning.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. For sure, without a doubt.
With the CEO.
Yeah, I mean, this return from Rio is nice, and Rio was very important to AEW. You know, when the women's division side, when AEW started, of course, obviously being the inaugural women's
first
champion, but time has passed, and Mercedes Moné is keeping this belt 100% for sure. Rio has not got a cat in hell's chance of winning this match.
No.
Unfortunately, I don't know what they're planning on doing with Rio sort of moving forward, but it seems like a division that's kind of passed her by a little bit now. She's been gone a long time, and this doesn't seem the right spot for her to be putting up any kind of challenge to Mercedes Moné whatsoever.
I feel like this does help Mercedes gain confidence. Rio was the first AEW Women's Champion, so that does help her sustain her confidence. And with Rio, I feel like she's in this loop right now. Like, what do you do? Like, how does she progress? Like, she's an amazing wrestler. I just feel like, just as you said prior, like her time is kind of like past in that division. She would have to really like change like her style. But I feel like this does help Mercedes mainly boost her confidence up since she lost to Tony. Yeah. And you know, that keeps her on her little track. But CEO is definitely retaining.
Yep. And
then Cope and Christian Cage versus FTR in the tag match.
Hometown boys.
Yeah, seems like another quite predictable one here, doesn't it? I can't see Adam Copeland and Christian Cage losing on home soil at a homecoming match, especially if they're opening the show. Absolutely no chance in hell they are not beating FTR here.
That will deflate that Canadian crowd so much if they lose in that opening like bout. Like what?
Yeah, especially with it being the opener. And didn't they open? They opened Forbidden Door as well, didn't they? And even if he'd done that in UK and had them lose, like that place would have just gone bonkers. So they're not going to try that in Toronto. No
They
chance.
can't try it in Toronto, and also I think a lot of people are going just to see that match.
Yeah.
Toronto is we're the type of place that will watch the opener and leave. So I don't know if it was good to put them first, but still.
It should be a good match, actually. You know, I think
Yeah.
I think FTR are the right kind of team that Edge and Christian can actually have a decent match against because they're old school. They can rough it up, and we know that Edge and Christian won't mind sort of turning this into a kind of brawly, old school sort of style match. This is actually going to really do a lot for Adam Copeland and Christian Cage, I think, as their sort of tag team prestige goes. I think FTR are the right team for them to face right now, and definitely the right team for them to beat. So I'm looking forward to this match. It should be good fun.
And then we have Jon Moxley versus Darby Allin in Darby's signature coffin match.
Darby gonna die.
I don't know. I feel like Darby does lose. To keep it going.
Yeah.
He's not quite there yet. If Darby does win, we'll genuinely be surprised. I think Moxley does take up this win.
Yeah.
Same.
This match, I don't know if there's been another match in AEW history that's probably had this much lead and build up to it, would you say? I can't think of another one. This has been building up for a long, long time.
Yeah.
And the key of this is to place Darby Allin at the top of the food chain, whether there was a title on the line or not on the line. You know, the last time these guys faced each other, it was for that shot at the title, which Moxley won from Darby Allin and then went on to be the champion. In my opinion, this is where Darby turns the tables. This is where he gets revenge on Jon Moxley. And this is where they use this match to really push Darby to that heavyweight championship level. For me, Darby wins this rematch. Darby Allin for the win.
Also note that there was an interview with him and Bryan Danielson prior, and Bryan, basically Darby was like, don't interfere in this match. And then he whispered something to Bryan. I don't know, or vice versa, but I don't know what that was. I hope Bryan just need to stay away from the ring. Just stay on that commentary table. Don't do nothing. Don't you
No
dare
bumps.
do nothing.
But
No
what
bumps
if
at all.
what if all the Death Riders are there and they're coming out and they're all attacking
That's too
Darby,
damn
and
bad.
Darby's
You
all
got
in
a
his
whole
own?
lot-
Surely he's gonna the Dragon's gonna get off that commentary desk, right?
Oh,
come on,
gosh.
come on, even the odds for Darby.
He's not going to
Come
even it by much. You need some young people out there. What is he going to do? But no, I'm very excited to see this match. I know it's one of the gorier matches because Moxley's involved, so blood is going to be there.
You can touch Mox and he bleeds. Just poke him.
Legit.
Yeah.
So I am very excited for it. I know it's just going to be a lot of back and forth, a lot of blood. Going on to another gimmick match, you have MJF and Mark Briscoe in a TNT table and thumbtacks match. Like I said earlier, I think this favors Mark Briscoe, just knowing like his background. However, MJF is a slick son of a bitch, so I really don't know. I'm gonna go Mark Briscoe, but I won't be surprised if that little fucker MJF does some shit.
Yeah.
Mark Briscoe beats MJF on a pay-per-view of this level, then he may as well fucking go home. MJF is winning this match all day long. I love what they've managed to do with Mark Briscoe to elevate him after this horrific sort of period of his life, and you know, having to find a, you know, all props to AEW for giving him this opportunity and really building him up as a single superstar. But absolutely no way in a million years does he deserve to be MJF. MJF for the win all day long.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with MJF here because you know he's a sneaky little bastard, and you know he's gonna do something, and you know, at the end of the day, he's gonna find a way to get the win.
Sure enough. Oh, this match is going to eat. It's for the AEW Women's Championship. Toni Storm, Jamie Hayter, Chris Statlander, and Thakila.
This is the match I've waited my whole life for. First of all, I know everybody's talking about Tony potentially losing and that this is a good time for her to lose. I agree, but it'd break my heart. So I'm still going to go with Tony for the win. But I think a lot of people are talking about, I can't pronounce her name right now. It's
Tekla?
Tekla.
And then
Tekla.
I think that a lot of what I'm reading has her for the win. So we'll see here. But I do also love Jamie Hayter. So overall, I'm really excited for this match. And I think it's going to be really technically good. I think it's the equivalent to the Stephanie Io we'll see later in the night.
Yeah, I have no background on this match, really. I just saw Tekla for the first time last night. I liked how she looked. So I am agreeing, though, that it is time for Toni Storm to lose the title. So I'm going to go with the controversial pick of Tekla.
Yeah, you know what? Anyone can win this match, frankly, and I would not be disappointed with any of these four incredible women holding the strap. Thekla seems to have come out of nowhere and is an absolute superstar. Statlander coming back after quite a layoff. We all know the talent that woman has. And Jamie Hayter as well. You know, it does seem with AEW every time she's just kind of got to that level where you think they're about to pull the trigger. Something has happened. She's got injured. It's just kind of taken that momentum away. We all know the talent Jamie Hayter's got, but I don't think this is the time for her. In fact, I'm not sure this is time for anyone. I am predicting a Toni Storm retain. And, you know, I think I've been betting against Toni Storm for the last few. I'm not going to do it again.
You know, I just hope they have fun. You know, I just hope they have fun. Can't pick them. I like them all genuinely. Like, they're so talented. I can't pick anyone. So I like them all. If Toni retains, that's kiss. If any of the other three women pick it up, I'm not going to be upset about it. Next, we have Okada, Takeshita, and Mascarada Dorado in a three-way for the AEW Unified Championship. Okada.
Why do we need Dorado in this match? I mean, why do we need this match? What?
We didn't need, like, I feel like they put themselves, like, two of the Don Callis family and a CMLL wrestler. What was the reason? We could have waited for this. I was going to wait till next year.
We've got Okada, the unified champion, and we know who Okada is, one of the best wrestlers to ever exist.
Yep.
We've got the current G1 winner, Takeshita, except they're both in the same stable. So, of course, I want to see that match. And then we got Dorado. Right, okay. I don't get it. I don't understand what they're doing here. I don't see the angle unless it's to build some sort of rift between the Don Callis family. But yeah, Okada isn't losing that title, I don't think. And I think the reason why he's not is because Dorado's in this match. That's the only logic I can put to it.
Dorado should take the pin, obviously. It'll, you know. But if there was ever a way for Dorado to get this championship, it would be because Okada and Takeshita are just arguing and he does like a roll up or some shit. That would be the only way for this to happen right now. But Okada does retain. I truly believe that.
100%.
Yeah. I'm going to just, put my hat up here and pull a name from it. We're going to go with Okada.
Yep. Then we have a singles match, and it's Big Bill versus Eddie Kingston. In my opinion, Eddie Kingston's shouldn't have been announced, like prematurely announced. I think it should have just been, it should have just been like a surprise if that was the case. But I've been reading that Big Bill should win and have Eddie build himself back up, type of thing. I'm gonna go Big Bill only because it's Big Bill. Why not?
Please be Big Bill. Give me a reason to care. I haven't got one.
Like
Eddie Kingston going back, great. Who cares? Why is this even on the main card?
I think every PLE needs a bathroom match, and
that's that one.
Thank you.
Yeah,
that's that one.
Yeah, I mean, Eddie Kingston doesn't do anything for me. Neither does Big Bill. I hope it's a double count out.
Oh damn! Shit.
I hope they both lose.
Right, moving on.
Yeah. This will be a fun match. It'll be for the four-way ladder match for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. Brodito, the Young Bucks, Jet Speed, and 2 members of the Don Callis family, Josh Alexander and
Hechicero.
Hechicero. There we go, Hechicero. I think Hechicero and Josh Alexander win.
That's who you see winning? You see Josh
That's-
Alexander winning?
I can see them winning only because of the Don Callis family, and they have half the roster.
They got to do something with Josh Alexander eventually, right?
Yes.
You know, this is a guy
Yes.
that's been like rated as one of the, whether you agree or not, rated as one of the best wrestlers on the planet. I never really bought into the Josh Alexander hype. I've seen him wrestle so many times, never been in anything particularly interesting. I understand he's a good technical wrestler, but you know, he's a big star. He was a big name when they brought him in. I don't know.
I want Brodito to retain, but
Brodito
I'm like,
are fun, aren't they? Right?
yeah,
I'm
they're really
enjoying
fun.
Brodito. Let's have
Like, they're
Brodito win
really
this.
fun.
This match
But-
is going
Jet
to be
Speed.
insane.
Jet Speed is another one. A Jet Speed is another one in my
Yeah,
opinion.
Jet Speed are great fun. I love them. Young Bucks, hilarious. Brodito are looking awesome. Keep these tag titles on Brodito. Let's have some more Brodito. I want to see more Brodito. I want to see more Brody King on my screen. He's fucking awesome.
He's just a great human being. Like, just like listening to him like talk about shit. Like, I love Brody. I don't know. I was just like, maybe they'll put it on the Don Callis family, build up that stable a little bit more. But I don't know. We'll see.
How much more building up do they need?
I mean, with the belts, because he want all the belts. Don Callis want all the belts.
You know what? So, Brody King, somebody came up to me at work the other day and said, "Do you know who Brody King is?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Thought you might because you like wrestling. I'm like, "Yeah." Do you like wrestling? He's like, "No, but I went to see his band last night."
Yeah. Yep.
I was like, "Oh, cool."
Wow.
So he's in like a heavy metal band, I presume. 'Cause-
Yeah, he's the lead singer actually.
Yeah.
Of the band, so it's pretty cool.
Wow.
yeah, better than Fozzy.
You
Oh,
know,
way
we don't
better.
know yet. We have to compare and contrast.
Can't be hard, can it?
It's a low bar to clear.
I actually saw Fozzy once. It was about 20 years ago, and it was a Stevenage Working Men's Club or something like that, or Stevenage Sports Centre, and there was about 75 people there. It was shit.
You know, rock on, Jericho, rock on.
But he was really into it, like he really loved, like they weren't. That was
I bet he
before-
was.
Like they weren't. They weren't. That was like before they were even. I'm not saying they're big because that's giving them too much props, but that was before like anybody really sort of. That was when it was like just a hobby, just hobby for them.
Yeah.
So people literally only just went because they knew who Chris Jericho was. So there was like a few very sad wrestling fans there, like me. But yeah, it was crap.
We miss you, Jericho, I guess.
Where
And then
is
our
he?
main of, I think he's actually on tour.
Oh,
Actually,
oh,
right now.
He's-
I
with
think.
Fozzy?
Yes, yes.
He's warming up his pockets for that Saudi WWE money. That's what he is for a Y2J return.
Break the walls down.
How?
Break those
I'm not
walls
mad at-
down, baby.
Hell of a way to
Break
do it.
my
the Royal
bank
Rumble.
account down.
And
Down the
then
walls of my bank account.
They don't give a fuck if I'm an asshole in Saudi.
they really don't. They don't.
Mm-mm.
And then our main event, I believe, or it could be our main event, is Hangman Adam Page versus Kyle Fletcher for the AEW World Championship. Believe Adam Page will retain, more than likely. It'll be some shenanigans, but he will retain.
I want to know what outfit do we think Carl Fletcher should be wearing? Because I've been obsessed with his dress sense lately. Like he has changed it from week to week. We've had pink things hanging off his eyelashes and all sorts of crazy. This sounds like something Ali would be up to speed with, to be honest. You're not seeing some of these outfits from Carl Fletcher recently, Ali. You would be obsessed with this guy if you saw what he'd been wearing.
I need to go research Kyle Fletcher a little bit more then. So
Yeah.
we'll see him when I get to All Out, then I'll learn about him and then I'll become obsessed. Is it like Pretty Deadly-esque?
Oh, like some of it has been, yeah. Like
Oh, okay, then I'm
like,
excited.
there's a reason why some people call AEW gay EW, and the Carl Fletcher is one of those reasons.
Then I gotta
Like-
look.
He wears like like I guess like a half jacket type thing, and it's like there are spikes on the side or something, and he'll wear these glasses that have like drops, like eye drops or like eyes like down there. It's really cool, actually.
And then
Actually, very,
next
very
week he'll
cool.
just turn up in a black suit, and you're like, what?
Yep. With no socks. Philly made sure to know that he had no socks on.
Socks, yep.
I was like, well, damn. I'm like, it's just a preference. Like he can wear socks if he wants to or not. But damn, no, I think Adam Page does win. How about y'all?
I'm sorry to disappoint all the Fletchlights out there, but Adam Page is retaining.
The Fletchlights?
That's what he calls his fans.
That's wild. Wow.
K-E-W. K-E-W.
The Fletchlights? Okay, continue.
Yeah, look, I'd love Fletch to win this. Like he is my guy. But yeah, Adam Page is retaining here, surely.
It'll be his time soon.
It will be. It will be.
Mm-hmm.
But he's got
What
that
you got,
TBS
Ali?
champion. He's got that TBS title for now, isn't he?
TNT.
Sorry, TNT. Sorry. Get my TV show channels wrong. TNT title. You can hold on for that for a while.
What you got, Allie? What you think?
I'm a pager. I'm not a Fletchlight yet, so I'm gonna say, but I could be converted.
That's very true. That's very true.
I could.
No, Allie, I hope you have a good time this weekend at All Out. It's gonna be a lot of graps, a lot of fun.
And it's going to be a
blood.
long fucking show.
It's gonna be a long show.
Do we think that All Out's obviously it's got the early start time, as we know.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, no. This is great news for those over here in the UK. Can I just add?
I live in Toronto, but I live a little bit outside the city. I have to leave my house at 10:30 a.m. in the morning for a PLE. I've never had to do this before.
Oh,
That's NXT in Vegas time. That's
Yeah.
standard deliver.
Exactly.
Standard
I was
deliver.
up-
Wake up call, isn't it?
And I will sleep and undeliver. I don't know.
Do we think that All Out will overlap with WrestlePalooza?
Yep.
What time's the start time? What time's the local start time? Ali?
0 hour is going to start at lunchtime, so 11:45 a.m. So like 11:45 a.m. is 0 hour start. My
So
understanding?
that's like 2 hours, so it's going to be like 2 p.m. start or 3 p.m. They're doing
No,
a
Wait.
no, it's not a 3 p.m. start. My understanding, unless Ticketmaster's lying to me, is that they want you to start coming in at 11:45 to start 0 hour around like around 1 to start the PLE at 1. We have a 1:45 start in Ticketmaster.
Well,
Yeah, but
it's
that's
a 2
gonna be-
p.m. start time for the tailgate brawl, so 0 hour, and then the main car is set for 3 p.m. Eastern.
Let me look
3
again.
p.m. So we
Well-
got what? And what time does WrestlePalooza start?
No, I have
7.
sorry, I lied. I have 1:45 start for
Okay, yeah, so 2 p.m. probably.
So 2 p.m.
Yeah.
0 hours is normally 2 hours, right? Unless it's
Yeah.
all in where it's 3 hours.
0 hours to
0
No,
hour
it's only,
is not
no.
0 hours. It's not 1 hour. It's 2 hours.
no, it's not. It's
Or
only
unless
an
it's
hour.
all in where it's 3 hours.
No, 0 hour is 1 hour for this pay-per-view because the main card starts at 3 p.m. So it'll be the 2 tag matches or like tornado tag match for the women, and then it's the 1 singles match. So you can arrive at like 2:30. You won't really miss a lot.
I'm about to say I was about to just go home, turn around and leave because
No. I would say you don't have to get to the venue at 2 p.m. Get there by like 2:30.
you know what I like about WWE is that they tell you the pre-show time. It's like very clear in Ticketmaster. I think Tony should work on that.
He needs to. He needs to.
Because they don't have any matches on their pre-show anymore.
That's true, but
Yeah.
they have Big E.
So it starts at 3. WrestlePalooza's at 7. So that's what? 4 hours.
Yes.
No chance.
It's going to overlap. I think
Yeah.
All Out will be over by 8.
8?
Is this your first AEW pay-per-view that you've been to, Ali?
No, it's my second, but the last time I went, I had like an issue. So I don't know.
Well, you're leaving before the main event anyway. You already told us.
I'm leaving whenever I see Mr. Dean Ambrose. So hold on. He wants me in my seat at Scotia. No, I need to clarify. At Scotiabank Arena from 1:45 till 8 o'clock.
baby.
Do you know all the alcohol I drink in the morning to get pre-lit is going to be gone by like 4 o'clock? And you can't like leave. Scotiabank doesn't even have good food selection. So what am I going to eat for dinner? Does this mean want me to start? No. The logistics?
No.
This is, you're going to have the time of your life. This
It's
is
gonna be a
great.
lot of fun though.
This reminds me
it's
of
a very long show.
This reminds me of Zayn at Forbidden Door when he said to me, "How many matches are left?" It's like 3 after this, and he's like, "Oh, so it should be done by 9:30, right?" And I'm like, "No, this will be done like 5 minutes before curfew, which is like 11 p.m. mate." And that's exactly when it was done.
For everyone, WrestlePalooza starts at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I will be out of Scotiabank Arena 6:45 p.m. because I have to help Danny with the WrestlePalooza pool. So I actually legitimately cannot stay.
Oh, wow.
Sorry, Tony.
It's okay. It's all good. But no, I really do hope that you have fun. It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot of stuff happening on that pay-per-view, but it'll be fun for you. And then one last thing, Tony Khan hints at counter-programming WrestleMania 43. What cities do we suspect him to possibly, counter-program in? I have some in my head, but I want to hear what y'all think.
If he really wanted to be snarky, he could just do New Orleans.
Oh.
So, first of all, this is not really, well, it is counter programming, but this makes complete sense because we know that the Saudi shows are going to be on early because they're on Saudi time. Therefore, AEW can run an evening show and people can still watch WrestleMania in the afternoon and then go to watch AEW. So this makes all the sense in the world because you can do your cons there. You can do your StarCast or your WrestleCon or whatever you want to, or both. And you can do your GCW, you can do your collective, you can do your indie shows. You can still have a WrestleMania weekend. And you can still watch WrestleMania and go to an AEW show.
Yup.
This sounds like a party to me. This sounds like a reason for me to be getting on a plane and not having any year off coming to the States because we'll be coming over there. And if I'm going to pick somewhere, I'm going to say, let's roll it back in Philadelphia, baby.
Ooh, I have no problem with that. I can house like 2 people here, and then
dibs, Sammy dibs.
Yeah, I've got a couch in Baltimore, so
Balti.
So New Orleans, good shout, Ali. The only question I wonder is these cities that have been slightly wronged by WWE, have they still got a bit of ball in the game, and would they be a bit worried about taking on an AEW weekend against WrestleMania? And do they feel that could harm any future prospects for them? And that's my only concern with regards to NOLA. Otherwise, cool option, I think. But I don't know. I don't know what. New Orleans could be really, really annoyed with WWE and want to give them the big FU and then say, yeah, fine, let's do it. But any city that's kind of got a favor owed to them by WWE, I would feel maybe is unlikely to.
Minneapolis, Indianapolis, probably out of the.
Well, they're already getting their SummerSlam, aren't they? And they're getting that at the end of 2026. Yeah. So potentially that means they're off the table. So that could be a possibility.
Mm-hmm. So I was going to say, New Orleans gets Money in the Bank next year too, so they could be off the table and be ready for a 2027 show.
Yeah.
Now, my logic is that if Tony is going to, I guess, counter-program WrestleMania weekend, or however, it has to be a marketable wrestling city that is going to bring people there. Yeah. You could go the warm route because Florida, I know there's a lot of wrestling schools out there, things of that nature. You could go the Florida route. You can go the Cali route. You can go Philadelphia. You can go Chicago. You can even do Nashville if you're trying to, like there's, or even Texas again as well for them. But you have options. It's just, what is the program going to be? Is it going to be his all in, or is it going to be another type of program? Is it going to be something new? That's what Tony has to think about. And also, GCW, all the indie shows, WrestleCon, they're losing out on money by not having WrestleMania weekend. So they're going to jump on that if they can.
Yeah.
100%. 100%. Yeah, give me Texas. Give me. I want to go to Austin, Texas. So I'd like them to do it in Austin. Give me that. That's
Like,
what
I
want
would be
to do.
happy with any of those states. Like any place, especially Philly. You know, I live here. But
Philly
I
Bills.
mean, it just depends on the weather. If you don't want weather to be a factor, you got Cali, you got Florida, you got Texas. Like, there's other options. If you do Chicago and Philly, it's going to be cold. It's going to be cold.
What about going back to Vegas for them? Is that just not feasible?
I don't think any chance that AEW even has a show in Vegas again. I think WWE has such a grip and such an agreement now with Las Vegas that I just don't see AEW just being able to run a show there, and definitely
perfect
not against
sense.
WrestleMania.
Makes perfect
No
sense.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I really wish they could go back there because they started Double or Nothing.
Nothing. Yeah, that's why
And
it's got the
that
name,
was
right?
like, yeah, and like that was their, standard place. That's where they went for 3 years straight.
Yeah.
And then they had to switch to Arizona because of WrestleMania this year. So,
Yeah.
no, I don't see them going back there for a little minute. But
I don't see it
interesting
being
to
West
see,
Coast, to be
obviously.
honest. I don't see it being West Coast at all. I think there's an extra expense that's associated
Coast,
with
East
West Coast, and not just for AEW. I mean for the likes of GCW and the Indies, and just getting them to take place West Coast is hard and it's expensive. So I think we got to East Coast probably.
Even New York. How did I forget New York? But even there too.
Yeah, fair. Well, be interesting to
I'm
see.
excited.
I'm excited.
I'm very excited to see what Tony Khan does, or him and everyone else come up with. So we shall see. No, I'm very excited to see what comes of this counter programming for him. I'm excited for the wrestling we have this weekend and football, because we have football tonight as well, and for the weekend. So I'm very excited for that as well. I hope everyone has a good weekend upcoming, and thank y'all for tuning in.